Good evening and welcome. Tonight we will be going over the history and geography of Caldas in Colombia. As you can see, this is a very small department compared to the rest of Colombia, but it's very, very important to Colombia. This area is very, very mountainous. You can see that we are in the Cordillera Central, right? Yeah, Central, where the Andes Mountains forks into 3 different Cordilleras here. So it's quite hilly and mountainous with some neat volcanoes right along here. It's right on the border. You can see there. It's the Nevada de Ruiz volcano national park. It's really cool. There's also some Paraná areas around it, which I'm really excited. If you've seen my other Colombia videos, and I'll link my Colombia playlist up there to see the other Paraná. I'm like obsessed with it. I can't wait to show you on Google Earth. It's so beautiful, and you can't find that kind of landscape anywhere else on Earth, I don't think. If you do know anything even remotely similar, let me know, but it's so stunning. This area is very seismically active. The volcano, there's been quite a few earthquakes, but we'll talk about that in a minute. But there are also some hot springs, and hopefully I'll remember to show you. I found one tiny one in a little town that was a nice little slideshow. So it's known for that, but it is mainly known for being part of the coffee region of Colombia. Most of Colombia's coffee is made and produced here in Caldas. I'm not a coffee drinker. I love the smell, but I hate the taste. It's not for me. I'm a tea drinker. But if you like your Colombian coffee, it's most likely coming from here. And what's even more exciting is that this coffee region, which is like around here, is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Get a tablet over here so we can read the little paragraph about the coffee cultural landscape of Colombia. An exceptional example of a sustainable and productive cultural landscape that is unique and representative of a tradition that is a strong symbol for coffee growing areas worldwide, encompasses 6 farming landscapes, which include 18 urban centers on the foothills of the western and central ranges of the Cordillera de los Andes in the west of the country. It reflects a centennial tradition of coffee growing in small plots in the high forest and the way farmers have adapted cultivation to difficult mountain conditions. The urban areas, mainly situated on the relatively flat tops of hills above sloping coffee fields, are characterized by the architecture of the Antiochian colonization with Spanish influence. Building materials were, and remain in some areas, cob and pleated cane for the walls, with clay tiles for the roofs. There's not a lot of pictures here, so we're going to skip the gallery portion. Oops, I bashed my tablet against my desk. That's very good for it, isn't it? So let's go over the history here. My main sources for my research came from websites that were translated from Spanish, and I hate that. I hate it so much because it either comes out as gibberish or the information's not quite right. It doesn't quite translate correctly. So I'm going to give you what I understand is a good concept of my Spanish sources. And mainly it was that this area had quite a large indigenous population. Now, it wasn't made clear if this was a people group that was just here in this mountain area, in this department today, or if they were spread out, throughout the rest of Colombia. it wasn't quite clear about that, so I'm not going to deep dive into all of the facts that it presented because I'm not positive on them. I hate finding sources that aren't originally in English. It's so frustrating. But also what I read, that once the Spanish arrived in this area, most of the indigenous population was wiped out due to them being taken from their homes to various gold mines and forced to work there, usually until they, passed away. So you can see the capital. This department right here is Manizales. This town was established in 1849 from settlers from nearby Antioquia, which I've already covered on the channel and talked about Medellin and all that. There was a lot of unrest in the region at the time, and people were coming to escape from that, coming into the mountains to start a new life. And they established various other little towns there, and then this one was in 1849. However, a lot of the original architecture from that time was destroyed in various earthquakes, mainly the ones in 1875 and definitely in 1878. Large earthquake there. The most recent large devastating earthquake was in 1999. It centered a bit down here in Armenia. I was really thrown off when I was like, the Armenia earthquake? What would Armenia have to do? But no, not Armenia, Armenia, here in Colombia, the earthquake down here. Really devastated the homes and farms and really shook up the whole coffee industry that blossoms in this part of Colombia. Hitting the Colombian coffee economy very hard after that earthquake. And it took a while for the industry to bounce back, but it definitely has. And that is pretty much all of the concrete history that I found in this department. I rarely take information from web pages that have been translated into English because I can't trust them. Which is unfortunate because a lot of areas in South America and Central America have sources in Spanish. So, as always, if you are from this area, I know I have a lot of Colombian viewers. Hello, my wonderful Colombian viewers. I do have a lot of places in Colombia coming up. So if you live in those departments or are familiar with them, let me know. I can see for here we have Caqueta, there's Cauca, there's Choco, there's a lot coming up. So, and that goes for anywhere. If you are very familiar with a place, coming up that starts with C, or live in a place that starts with C, reach out to me either in the comments or you can message me on Instagram too, ASMR Geographica. I don't post nearly as much on there as I should, but that's a problem for another day. And let me know. I would love to hear any cool facts or any sites that you feel like I should check out on Google Earth. I'd really appreciate that. Some of you have done that, and it's wonderful. So I always appreciate that. But anyway, let's hop over to Google Earth and check this area out. There's not much to see here, but what there is to see is very beautiful. So let's go take a look. Here we are in Caldas, in Colombia. So let's start by zooming out so you can see exactly where we are in the world. Here you can really see that three-pronged mountain range. Here's the Cordillera Central, Oriental and Occidental. Or I might have that flipped. Oriental, Occidental. Oriental means east, so that's got to be Oriental. Anyway, here's Colombia, up here in northern South America, bordering Panama up there, and has coasts on the Pacific and on the Caribbean up there. Whoops. Here is Caldas. Let's start down here in Manizales, and we're hoping that Google Earth is behaving. It's Doing well now, but that may not last very long, will it? Oopsie, it's taking its time. This is apparently the third largest or tallest church in South America. If it decides to load. Goodness gracious. I promise you guys, I don't know what's happened lately. It's just that my tablet has decided it doesn't want to work in my office. But if I take 3 steps with it that way, it works just fine. But I'm not about to rearrange the entire office for this weird hiccup. It's very weird. But I take 3 steps to the side and load all these things to show you. And then when it's time to show you, they don't load. But here they are. Look at this so interestingly shaped facade here in the front. It's really beautiful. Whoa, very like menacing with the dark sky over it. And all kind of stony and old-timey on the inside. Yeah, here is Manizales. Maybe this slideshow will load now. All right. Nope. There we go. Yeah, really interesting little town. Look at the little Alice in Wonderland mural there. Lots of old architecture mixed with the new, right? Lots of colonial style buildings and much more modern. Gosh, it looks like LA right here with all the palm trees. Speaking of, we're going to California tomorrow, so we'll take a look at LA. I'll show you what I mean by that. Be sure to subscribe so you won't miss out. You don't want to miss the California video. I'm so excited. I'm from California, from San Francisco, Bay Area. Here's the big volcano, which I definitely loaded beforehand. It's very pixelated. Vado de Ruiz. Look at that big old honker guy. It's got a big old glacial top. Lots of snow, hence the name. And no pictures are loading from it. There we go. It looks like, I don't know if that's just Google Earth loading weird, but it looks like you can see some flow history happening down there, can't you? Big old snowy top. And look, Paramo. So amazing. We'll take a better look in a bit, but we've got the Paramo. Look at it in the clouds there, it's so pretty. Look at all this. You know that water's super cold. Oh my gosh. Or I don't know, maybe it's coming from the volcano and it's all warmed up. I don't know. Well, that's a great photo. The steam and smoke coming out of this very snowy volcano. That's awesome. I like that a lot. But yeah, let's go look. I can't wait. You can always tell by this brown land here. That's some good old Paramo there. Let's find a good spot. How about this? Like a little nature area here. I didn't preload this. Yeah, check this out. Oh my gosh, I'm so obsessed with this landscape. It's so alien and so just bizarre. So you see all of this mist and fog mixes with, you know, the right elevation and creates all of this incredible plant life. Little mousy friend. But yeah, all of these plants, so beautiful, whatever that is. I don't know what that is. It creates just this beautiful foreign landscape that's not a desert. They're not cacti, according to my Colombian viewers. They're just plants doing their thing. Look how tall they grow. Only here in Colombia. So remarkable, so beautiful. And I've covered this kind of landscape extensively in my other Colombia videos. So if you want to see more of that, check those out. Alright, can I remember the name of the hot spring town that I found? I feel like it was near here. I can't remember. Oh no, it's right here. Otoño. Because you can see Hotel Termales and Ecotermales. We can look at, that's right, and I remember this part is all blurred out for whatever reason. It seems like Google Earth is doing this more and more often. Random spots, for whatever reason, are getting blurred out. But we have some hot springs over here. Yeah, look at soaking. Soaking in there. Ooh. I wonder how that feels. It looks like it's in the middle of nowhere. But we have a little hotel here with some hot spring amenities. Like over here. Look at that. And the pool. I don't think the pool's a hot spring, but look at that. So neat. Some cool thermal action. Probably kind of stinky. But very hot in the good way. I'm proud I remembered it. I also found a little finca that had coffee on it. So I was looking all over here being like, where's the coffee? But I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it because as you can see, there's a lot. There's a little reserve here. That didn't pop up when I was last researching. Let's see. Wow. Lots of selfies from this man. And some dogs. Yeah, it's mostly just this man. Okay. But maybe we'll find something. There weren't a lot of slideshows here. As you can tell, we're in the mountains. It's mostly just forested, and everything else is just farms. So, Birdie Nature Reserve. That also didn't pop up when I last researched this place. But, look, there's little birds right there. How cute. And butterfly. I found a slideshow up here that had some great birds. Let me pull the borders back up real quick. Or not. Real quick. There we go. Goodness gracious. Okay, because I remember it was like in like the northern part. Maybe it wasn't there, but I don't think it was. It was up here somewhere, I think. Watch me not be able to find it now. That would be so sad. Oh no. I don't remember where it was. Darn. Go around this big mountain that's not in our area. Yeah, there's the south of Antioquia. I've already looked at Antioquia. It had like bird watching in the name. So once we see it, we'll know, but I don't know if we're going to be able to find it. Oh, darn, it had some beautiful, beautiful bird pictures in it. Oh, darn. Well, maybe we'll come across it up here. Let's see. And as always, I highly recommend that you poke around to this area yourself on Google Earth and see what you can find. Because as you can see, I'm finding things that didn't pop up for me the first time. So, there's another volcano. Let's see this national park up here. In time, we'll see the national park. I don't know, maybe I can look around and try to find the bird place more while that struggles to load. There it goes. At least it's trying. There we go. Wow. Wait, first I want to look at this picture. Beautiful lush green. What is that? I guess it's just like an up-close picture of soil. Oh, look at this panorama. Oh, that's incredible. That is beautiful. All the clouds. How lovely. I don't think I'm going to be able to find the bird I lucked out remembering the name of the hot spring place. I don't think we're gonna be successful twice, but I don't know, maybe you'll look around and find it. Maybe it's not even in the north. I swear it was, but it's probably in the south or something, and I'm completely misremembering. But let's see what else we can find here. Let's look around. Also, it'd be nice to find a coffee place, wouldn't it? So that you'll believe me when I say that they grow a lot of coffee here. Because you can't really tell from above, can you? It's not a typical patchwork farmland that I love to look at from above, because as you can see, it's very, very mountainous. We're up in the Andes. And it's all, excuse me, all very forested. That came out of nowhere. But yeah, let's put the borders back up, because now I have no idea where we are. Please hold. 1 second. There we go. We're fine. Yeah, not a typical farmland, right? It's beautiful. For all I know, that was the bird place, and they just changed their pictures in the past day. For all we know. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna find that little finca. Oh dear, oh dear. But take my word for it, they do grow a lot of coffee here. This is where your Colombian coffee comes from. I'm pretty sure Starbucks does a lot of their beans from Colombia. I should rephrase that with correct grammar. I'm pretty sure Starbucks buys most of their beans from Colombia. There's chocolate. Trying to show you guys the coffee, and we get chocolate instead. Oh no, we're out. Back up. We're off the borders. We'll see that on another day. Well, let's find one more good. I really want to find the coffee finca that I found, but I have no idea where it was. I guess we'll just find a neat waterfall or something. Or maybe that volcano that was up here. Look at all these big hills. Oh, we got it. Oh, yeah. No, wait, this was the bird place we saw before. Darn. Oh, I'm so disappointed. I thought that was it. But that was the bird place we saw before. Okay, hold on. There's a bird place down here. Maybe that was it. Wasn't there a bird place down here? And I thought that that was the other bird place. I'm so confused. I hope you're all enjoying this video. I don't know, some of you guys say you enjoy it when we just get all weird like this, but I hope you're enjoying it. Well, where did that bird place go? Where did that bird place go? Goodness, things are just coming and going here, aren't they? I cannot remember. Anyway. Okay, scratch all this. Oh my gosh, glamping. I love glamping. Scratch all this. Forget it. Let's find a cool waterfall or something in the forest. And we'll call it a day before I lose my mind up here. Let's see. Where did they all go? Alright, we are going to go find that volcano that was up here. The volcan. That was somewhere up here. Okay, let's get the borders up one last time. My goodness. If this is your first video with me, welcome. I promise it's not this chaotic. And it won't be this chaotic in tomorrow's video. Oh gosh, where were we? Because we're doing California, where I grew up and lived the majority of my life, so I know where everything is. I won't get lost like we are now. Where did that volcano go? Of course we're going to... Oh, look, there's a cascada. So let's load that up. And we'll end it there. I'll take a beautiful waterfall. Watch it have. That's not what I tapped on. I didn't tap on that place. I tapped on this place. There we go. I was about to say, watch it not have any photos. Or watch it just not load. My goodness. Oh, it's beautiful. Not a lot of pictures, but enough. Let's wait for them to load while I end the video. My goodness. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry that this was so chaotic, but I think you guys got the gist of it. This place is stunning, and they grow a lot of coffee. Oh, they're doing a riverboat tour. How cool. Look at the rainbows. Again, tomorrow we're going to California, and I know where everything is in California, so we'll be good. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. And please consider subscribing so you won't miss tomorrow's fun video. I do hope that you found this video to be relaxing and educational. And I hope that you have a good